everyone. Today we'll be discussing about the various social institutions that are present in Indian society. So one such social institution is your caste system, and we shall discuss caste and the caste system. So caste is an institution that is uniquely associated with Indian subcontinent. Now this social arrangement is producing similar effects that have existed in different parts of the world. Now, what do you understand by caste system? Where has the word caste come from? So, caste is an English word which is actually a borrowing from the Portuguese casta. Now, what is the meaning of this casta? This means pure breed. Now, the word refers to a broad institutional arrangement that in Indian language means it is coming from, or it is beginning with the ancient Sanskrit term that is referred by two distinct terms called Varna and Jati. So we can say that the word caste is referring to Varna and Jati. So Varna literally means color, the name given to a fourfold division of society into Brahma, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudras. Now this includes a significant section of the population composed of outcasts, foreigners, slaves, conquered peoples and others. So what is the precise relationship that exists between the Varna and the Jati system? Now the precise relationship between Varna and Jati has been the subject of much of speculations and debate among the scholars. So what would you interpret from these two words, or why is this relevant with the Indian caste system? So the most common interpretation is to treat Varna as a broad all India aggregative classification, while Jati is taken to be regional or local sub-classification, and this involves much of a complex system. Why? Because hundreds or even thousands of caste and sub-caste exist. Apart from that, there are various opinions that have been coming from different ages. Now, one such opinions that have came, so opinions that differs on exact age of the caste system. So, it is generally agreed that 4 Varna classification is roughly 3000 years old. Now, what is that 4 Varna classification? That is your Brahmins, your Kshatriya, Vaishyas and Shudras. Now this classification is said that it roughly exists 3000 years old. However, the caste system stood for different things in different times. Now if I refer to the late Vedic period, which was close between 900 to 500 BC, the caste system was really a Varna system and considered of 4 major divisions. Now, as we kept on moving with time, the features of the caste system started varying. And what are those features of the caste system? The commonly cited different features of the caste system are as following. Now, caste is determined by birth. What do I mean that caste is determined by birth? For that, it means that caste is never a matter of choice, because a child is born into the caste of its parents. So one can never change one's caste, leave it or choose not to join it. Why? Because you are not determining where you are born into, and once you are born into, you are eventually determined by the fact that you are coming from this caste. Now membership in caste involves strict rules about marriage. Now in previous times or in historic times, what was there, that people used to practice endogamy. And what was that endogamy? Even today we go for same caste marriages. Now the caste groups are endogamous, that is, marriages is restricted to members of the group. Caste membership also involves rules about food and food sharing. what kind of food may or may not be eaten is prescribed, and who one may share food with is also specified. So in when you study the more detailing of the caste system, you will get to know that the kind of food that could be exchanged, that is the kacha food and the pakka food, is also dependent to the fact that which caste you are belonging to. Now, caste involves a system that is consisting of many castes arranged in a hierarchy of rank and status. Now, according to this theory, that every person has a caste and every caste has a specified place in hierarchy of all castes. So, one thing we can say that caste is determined by birth, then caste is ultimately leading to what? Endogamy. So the practice of endogamy is one of the features and one of the distinct characteristics of caste. Then the food sharing is also based on caste, depending upon which caste you are coming from. That will eventually tell whether you are going to share the kacha food or the pakka food. Then comes hierarchy, that is hierarchy of caste is also defined. So caste also involves subdivisions. So one feature that is associated with caste is that subdivision is also there. So caste almost have subcaste, and sometimes subcaste may also have subcaste. So this is referred as segmental organization. So again, caste determined by birth. Caste is determining what? Endogamy. Food sharing is also determined by caste. Then hierarchy of all castes is determined, and then is the segmental organization of caste. Now, castes were traditionally linked to occupations. So a person born into a caste could only practice the occupation associated with that caste. That means a son of a Kshatriya would be a Kshatriya. So occupations were hereditary, that is passed from one generation to other generation. Now on the other hand, a particular occupation could only be pursued by the caste associated with it. That means a Brahman's child is going to practice all those ritual practices by only the child of a Brahman. And no other caste member or person for that matter would practice what? Those rituals. Now these features have the prescribed rules found in ancient scriptural text. Other than that, it is also clear from the historical evidences that caste was a very unequal institution. So the book also says that caste is an unequal institution. And why are they saying that caste is an unequal institution? Because some castes benefited greatly from the system, while others were condemned to a life to a endless labor and subordination. That is definitely, they are talking about the lower caste that were condemned to endless labor and subordination. They were humiliated basically because of the inequality that was already present. Now, most important ones, caste become rigidly determined by birth. Absence, caste, the feature or the main characteristic of caste is coming from the fact that it is coming by birth. So you can't change the caste in which you are born with. So you are going to be liable to the atrocities if your caste is going through. So it was in the principle of impossible for a person to ever change their life circumstances. Now this man, Jyotirao Govindrao Phule, now he was the one who denounced the injustice of the caste system and scorned its rule of purity and pollution. In 1873, he founded the Satya Sodhak Samaj. You will be doing detailing of this person in modern history as well. So Satya Sodhak Samaj was founded by this man. And what was the meaning of this Satya Sodhak Samaj? That means that it is a truth seekers society which was devoted for what purpose? Now, which was devoted to secure human rights and social justice for low caste people. So this man ultimately holds a lot of relevance in history. Why? Because he fought for the rights of the lower caste people. Now, theoretically, how are you going to understand caste? So, theoretically, the caste system can be understood as combination of two sets of principles. One is difference and separation, and the other is based on holism and hierarchy. Now, each caste is supposed to be different from and strictly separated from every other caste. So many scriptural rules of caste are thus designed to prevent the mixing of caste. So what are they actually saying? They are saying that the ancient scriptural rules have actually talked about what? Preventing the mixing of caste. Fine. So the hierarchical ordering of caste is based on distinction between purity and pollution. That means the hierarchy that defines the hierarchical division that is happening or that occurs is ultimately based on the notion of purity and pollution. And this division is sometimes believed to be closer to sacred, that is, sacred means a ritual purity. So, and sometimes believed to be distant or opposed to sacred, therefore considered ritually polluting as well. So, what we can say is that finally, castes are not only unequal to each other in ritual terms, they are also supposed to be complementary and non-competing groups. So what we can infer from this text that in other words, each caste has its own place in the system which cannot be taken by any other caste. Now, since caste is also linked with occupation, system functioning, and this is what is going to talk about social division of labor as well, except that in principle it allows no mobility. That means if you are born in a particular caste, you are going to be in that caste and there is no scope of mobility. That means you can't rise in the hierarchical division of caste. So this was all about caste, a little brief discussion. For more details, join Yojna IAS. Thank you so much.